Hello, my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Welcome to this reading that will be focusing on why the Divine Masculine has ghosted you. So this is for the Divine Feminines here. General reading as always, guys. It won't resonate with every single person. So please do take from the reading whatever makes sense for you and release the rest. If you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below, as well as a link to all of the card decks that you see here today. And it is a timeless reading, so whenever you're guided to tune in. All right, guys. So ultimately, yes, why the Divine Masculine has ghosted you, and will they have a change of heart, and will they eventually try to reach out and fix what's broken here between the two of you? So let's take a look at that. This is a brand new deck that I've been gifted by my soul sister, Angelic Revelation 144. It is a deck called I Just Got Spooked, Why I Ghosted. So we're going to pull up a few scenarios here. Take, as always, what makes sense for you. And let's see where this goes. Okay, so I'm not pulling any focus messages this time around. We're just going to get right into it. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the Divine Feminines, my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Why did the Divine Masculine ghost you? Angels and spirit guides, please. Why did the Divine Masculine ghost the Divine Feminine here? What's going on? Well, first of all, they're feeling insecure. So some of you guys are dealing with a masculine who had some insecurities. Okay. And the next message, under the control of others. So when other people are influencing their decisions or the direction that they wanted to go in their life, this could be influenced by third-party situations, other people that they were involved with. It could even be friends and family that were trying to control the situation. Okay, let's see what else. What else, please? Too angry to respond. So maybe they've got some anger issues. Maybe you guys had a really bad falling out the last time you guys were together, and they decided to ghost you instead of really facing the music of what was really happening between the two of you. You know, too angry to respond. You might have even sent them a text or reached out to them on social media or left them a voice message and they're not responding. Okay, so that is one of the reasons for some of you why you were ghosted. We also have trapped by circumstances. Okay, whatever these circumstances are, maybe you know what they are, maybe you don't. Especially if you were dealing with a masculine that wasn't exactly letting you into what was happening in their life, under the control of others, and then trapped by circumstances. To me, that kind of goes together, you know. And if they're trapped in a situation, then they got themselves in that type of situation. You know, this isn't something that you can ultimately help them with. If they're feeling trapped, if they're wanting to escape a situation, but they're under the control of other people, then that's part of the drama that they have to figure out for themselves. So in a way, for some of you guys, I kind of feel that they did you a favor by ghosting you, especially if they've got all of these insecurities and other people trying to interfere with their life. And if they've got anger issues, whatever the case may be, and trapped by whatever these circumstances are. Okay, let's see what else. What other reasons could there be as to why your masculine ghosted you? And it's very difficult, you know, dealing with somebody who's being controlled by others, and sometimes family influences and sometimes third parties, really. Somebody could also have already been in a committed partnership where they're trapped by that circumstance, and it's very complicated. All right, let's see. Let's grab a couple more reasons why you were ghosted, feminines. Head all over the place. Okay, their head is all over the place. They can't even figure things out for themselves. And maybe this person is just very scattered in their way of thinking, unable to make a decision about the connection with you and whatever else is going on in their life. Now, this is quite interesting. And again, this is a brand new deck for me, so there's a lot of cards here that I have yet to see. And, you know, we've got 3 faces right there. So you might be dealing with a masculine who really was entertaining other options here. and they can't seem to make up their mind one way or the other who it is that they want to be with. And so their head is all over the place, and therefore they ended up ghosting. You also have a masculine for some of you guys who had toxic friends, and these toxic friends got in their head, you know, under the control of others. I mean, it really makes sense for some of you guys that there were outside influences. Somebody got into this person's head and perhaps planted a seed of doubt on the connection, and, you know, caused this person to be very insecure. And that's coming through here. That was the very first message, feeling insecure. So instead of just talking to you about it, they decided to do the cowardly thing and ghost you, you know? So let's see here what else we can tap into. Let's grab some messages from the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle by Aquamoon Light. Angels and spirit guides, please, for my water signs, my divine feminines here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and why your masculine has ghosted you. Let's dig a little bit deeper here to see if things can turn around. Will they have a change of heart? Will they eventually reach out to you? Right now, clearly you're dealing with somebody who's trapped in circumstances that they have yet to get out of. What else, please? Purifying, purge, healing, clean energy. Okay, so this could be where you're at as well too, my feminines, if you are just healing during this time of separation, if you're working on yourself. Clearly they've ghosted you. That's what we're focusing on here. And maybe you're purging things out of your life that don't belong there either. You know, whether that's energetic purification or just really cleaning house, so to speak, whether that's physically throwing things out that might have reminded you of this person, or just really organizing and decluttering in your life, however way that needs to happen. And then we have loyalty coming through here, dedication, trust, and reliability. But it's interesting how that's falling right below under the control of others. And as long as other people are controlling this person, your masculine, they're coming through that they are not loyal, that they don't have it within them to be able to be trustworthy or reliable, because they're unable to dedicate the time and energy to this connection if they're dedicating it to other people, third-party situations, their insecurities, and allowing other people to direct their decisions. And then we've got farewells, okay? Goodbyes, finality, closure. For some of you guys, this was very hurtful, I feel, when you were ghosted, and that's how they chose to conduct themselves. That is how they decided to end things. That was their way of saying goodbye, by ghosting you. But look at this. We have vows, okay? Commitment, promises, if I can speak today, promises, and fidelity. So this is what I'm getting intuitively, that some of you are dealing with someone who is trapped in a situation because maybe they're committed elsewhere. Some of you guys might be dealing with someone who's already married. And so they're unable to make you promises that they can keep because they're in another situation, and they know this, or they knew this getting into the connection with you. They knew what they were getting into. So I can't help but feel, my water signs, for some of you, it's actually a blessing that they ghosted you. They're doing you a favor by getting out of your life, because they're interacting with toxic people. They're not available. So maybe saying goodbye through ghosting was the best thing that they could have done to you, because they can't be loyal to you. They can't offer commitment if they are with somebody else. They might not be happy with that person, but they're still in that situation. For whatever reason, they feel trapped. But these next two cards are so incredibly interesting, okay? Second chance, making amends, opportunity, and plans, followed by time. Wait, cycles, infinity, okay? So if time is involved here, perhaps in time, they will get themselves free from a situation where they no longer want to be there. And they're going to take control of the situation rather than other people controlling them. Because that is what's going to help things along between the two of you. We have unspoken. So clearly you guys are not talking right now. They've perhaps got regrets that they ghosted you the way they did, that they ended things the way they did. And it could certainly have disappointed you. But what I'm feeling from the Divine Masculine is that they've got regrets over how they conducted themselves. And look at this. This is no accident right here. They're feeling trapped. Look at that. Trapped by circumstances, trapped, stuck, tied down, and captive. But the reality of it is, nobody can keep you captive in a situation if you don't allow it. So this masculine has gotten themselves stuck in this situation where they got themselves into something very complicated, but they could also break free from that at any time. So this feeling of isolation and feeling like they're imprisoned in this situation, I kind of feel like it's in their head, you know, and that is the next card, head all over the place. They need to get to a point where they're not so scattered in their thinking to be able to make better decisions, certainly if they are wanting the second chance with you. So certain cycles I feel need to come to a close in order to open up new cycles for you guys to have this second chance. Because clearly one cycle ended, that's why we've got this farewell energy here, and a new one wants to come in with a second chance. But they have to make it worth it. They have to make it worth your while. You know, they can't be coming towards you still feeling insecure about their circumstances. They can't have all of these people telling them what to do and influencing their decisions. They have to deal with their anger issues, if they have a temper, and they're the only ones that can get themselves out of this trapped situation. So in the meantime, my water signs, my feminines, your masculine has gotten themselves in a situation where it's a lot of drama, I feel. And so I really do feel that they did you a favor by getting you out of the path of all of this drama that they're in. All right, so let's grab some tarot. This is my tarot teacher deck for those who are not familiar. This is a deck that I created for those of you who would like to learn how to read tarot for yourselves. It contains upright and reversed meanings for each card. So there's no second guessing what the card means. It's right there. Makes it very easy to learn as a starter tarot deck. Okay, so that link to my deck shop as well as all of the other creators you see here, it's down below in the description box. All right, feminines, my water signs. What else do we need to know here when it comes to your masculine who ghosted you? They want a second chance. That's clearly coming through here. They want to make amends. In time, perhaps, they'll be able to offer that to you, because they are in no position to be making promises or offering you any sort of commitment when they are trapped in another situation. Angels and spirit guides, please, for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What else do we need to know for this timeless reading and why the masculine ghosted the feminine? Okay, so we've got the Temperance card, which was coming up reversed. The Temperance card is Sagittarius specifically. So for some of you guys, maybe you're dealing with a Sagittarian. It is coming up reversed. So there's a lack of balance here between the two of you for now. And there is this need for self-healing. So it's actually a good thing that this is coming up in the reverse, because it's time for realignment when it comes to your masculine. They need to be able to fix their situation. So for now, things are definitely off kilter between the two of you. I also feel that with the Temperance card in the reverse, it is lack of patience, because in the upright, it is about patience. So somebody's losing patience here. It could be you, my feminines, but it could be the masculine too. Okay, and it could also be tapped into overindulgence. Maybe they're just drinking a little bit too much to just calm their nerves and just dealing with all of this chaos going on around them. But here's the interesting thing. Look at the next card. We've got the Chariot. I'm sorry, the Star. I'm looking at the next card after that, which is the Chariot. So two major arcanas in the upright, and then you've got the Temperance in the reverse right there. So we've got signs popping up here. We've got Sagittarius, we've got Aquarius, and then we've got Cancer specifically. So if that's your masculine, some pretty significant energies coming through here. The Star, I'm very happy to see this. There's hope, restores faith. It's a renewal, perhaps going in a different direction, moving forward. It's a very positive energy from the Star. It's also a time of self-care, which is something that the masculine definitely needs to put some energy into that. And my feminines, this is also a time for you to take care of yourself and put you first for a change, especially if you were dealing with a masculine who didn't put you first. You were secondary, especially if they were allowing other people to interfere. The Star card, however, it's also a very positive card in that it's a fulfilled wish. So my feminines, if what you're wishing for here is to have your masculine come back to you, you might just get that, and it's illuminating the path for you guys to move forward where you can find the happiness that you're looking for when it comes to this connection. And then we've got the Chariot right next to it, which is indicating movement here. So things are clearly at a standstill. More time is needed here. We do have the Farewell card coming through there. So no doubt there's not a whole lot going on here. You guys are not speaking right now. No interaction. But the Chariot is here to let you know that perhaps your masculine will implement some sort of action. Something as simple as contacting you to start a conversation going, to see where you're at, if you're even available at this point. But it does indicate that you guys can overcome the challenges that you were dealing with before. And the Chariot is a very positive card in that it can represent a very successful energy and a triumphant outcome. No doubt with this Ten of Swords, you guys had a very painful breakup, painful ending here. We already have that going on here. Goodbye, finality, closure. So when you were ghosted, it hurt. It hurt like hell. The relationship fell apart. And perhaps, my feminines, you really felt defeated by all this. It fell apart. The relationship collapsed, and maybe you also felt like your masculine backstabbed you by entering into third-party situations or allowing other people to take control of their life, because it does represent betrayal, So if that's what you were dealing with, there's definitely time to focus on you for that self-care, taking care of yourself and healing as a result of what's happened here. And then we've got the Hierophant energy, which is picking up off of Taurus specifically, and Swords is air. So some of you guys might be focused on a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. So we've got a whole bunch of signs coming in here today. I love this, the way it's coming through. Out of 5 cards, you've got 4 major arcanas coming through here. So the Hierophant is commitment. Okay? It can result in marriage. There's a lesson, though, that needs to be learned here first. So I feel perhaps there's a reason why this is coming through like this. Right now, they can't offer this to you, but in time, they might be able to once they get themselves out of a situation that they no longer want to be in. Because it's coming through here, my feminines, that you and your masculine are still meant to be, regardless of what's happened here between the two of you. It's still presenting itself in that way, that perhaps you guys can still build a life together and come back together. We're talking long-term commitment here. And maybe they weren't able to offer that to you before. but in time. And that's the key here, is time. So try to have patience. I know that that Temperance card in the reverse is letting us know you're probably running out of patience. We might also be dealing with a masculine who's very antsy to create some sort of action towards the feminine, but now is just not the right time. They have to figure out what's going on in their world, whatever all of this drama and chaos is with your masculine. So it is a blessing in disguise that they're not reaching out right now, because they've got a lot going on. So let them deal with it. Let them fix whatever is going on, because they need to get their head in the right place and not be in this energy where they're all over the place. They're very scattered. Too many people interfering. They're allowing other people to take control of their heart, of their life. And this masculine needs to be able to have some sense of control to calm this energy, because it's a little bit chaotic here. Okay, so let's add to this. This is the Romantic Confessions from the Divine Masculine. This is by Sister Moon Tarot. So let's add to this and see what your masculine has to confess here. Because we've got unspoken right there, so you guys perhaps still have conversations that need to happen. There are still things you need to say to one another, but haven't had a chance to. Obviously not, since you've been ghosted, you know. All right, let's go ahead and grab some additional messages here. Angels and spirit guides from water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What does the masculine have to confess to the feminine? I reminisce about our memories often. So they're thinking about you, thinking about the good times that you guys have shared. What I'm also getting for some of you guys is, since we do have two messages of trapped, they could be married, or again in a very committed partnership where it's not so easy to just detach and break up with this person. It can't be a good situation if they're feeling trapped, but they're definitely focusing and feeling nostalgic about the memories that you guys have shared. I miss laying in bed with you. Okay, they miss those intimate moments with you and just being with you. It doesn't even have to be about sex. You know, we're just talking about two people laying next to each other and just enjoying being together. Look at this. I wish you and I could have true alone time together and say all the things we never got to say. Exactly. But, you know, that's kind of their fault. Since they ghosted you, they kind of, you know, severed ties here. So what were you supposed to do? So now they're having regrets, and they want to be able to spend time with you, to have alone time, to continue the conversation that they cut off. They cut the conversation short because they ghosted you. And now they've got regrets about doing that. I wish things would have gone differently between us. Yep. Unfortunately, this masculine contributed to things falling apart. They just didn't handle it very well. And part of that reason could have been due to all of these insecurities that they were dealing with. And part of these insecurities too, for some of these masculines, for some of you guys, is that this could have been past experiences from their upbringing, prior relationships where somebody ended up hurting them, and so now they're coming through with this very insecure vibe. And that's just something that they're going to have to figure out on their own, because it's not for you to figure out. They need to be able to deal with that. I couldn't have chosen a better card. I regret not choosing you. Yep. It's one of those situations where they did not choose wisely, and now they feel trapped. That says so much. That says so much. So we're going to add to this from the masculine. This is my Thinking Man Oracle, the Volume 2 deck. So let's grab some additional words here from this masculine and what they want to say at this time. Angels and spirit guides, please. For Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. For my water signs. Why did this masculine ghost you? We have a pretty good idea here. And they definitely have regrets. They want to reach out. What do they want to say to you, my feminines? Let's see what else. My longing for you will never end because we never had closure. A part of my heart will forever be where you are. Is that not interesting, considering this card says goodbyes, finality, and closure? So they're clarifying it for you here, my feminines, that they never had closure, but that's their own damn fault. By ghosting you, they did that to themselves. What else, please? What else does this masculine want to say? Losing you is the single most heartbreaking thing that has shattered me beyond repair. So what I'm kind of getting to for the masculines is that they ghosted you because they had other options. And perhaps they got themselves entangled in a situation where they now feel trapped. And maybe, my feminine, some of you guys decided to move on and might have even moved on to someone else at this point. And I'm kind of feeling for some of you guys, you might have even dealt with a masculine who's already reached out, but maybe you refused them, which is why they've got a whole bunch of regrets here. And they're perhaps losing patience that they're unable to get through to you. They're heartbroken. Okay, and some of you guys might be dealing with a masculine who's got this going on. I'm dealing with inner demons that are overwhelming me right now. I cannot be the person you need me to be. I'm sorry. Okay? Feeling insecure. It's contributing to this. And part of the reason for some of you why your masculine is feeling trapped could be due to these inner demons. It doesn't even have anything to do with other people, perhaps. You know, it's something that they're dealing with internally. So all the more reason why time is involved here, because you don't want this masculine coming towards you when they've got inner demons that they have yet to heal and work through. Next message. I wish life had a rewind button so I can fix us, so I can tell you all the things I wanted to say but never did, so I can hold you in my arms and never let you go, so I can make us right once again. Okay, so more regrets here, guys, from this masculine. Definitely wanting to travel back in time to fix and undo things. But obviously that's not possible, you know? But in time, I really do feel, my feminines, that you will hear from your masculine because they want to make amends. They perhaps want to come towards you with an apology. They want to make plans for the future. Okay? And last message, if you could rip my heart open, you'd know how devastated I am that we're not together right now. There you go. But we are focusing on a masculine who ghosted the feminine. Lots of regrets is what keeps popping up here. And I feel it's just a matter of time, feminines, before you hear from your masculine. They're getting very impatient as far as when this is going to happen. They want a second chance with you. That is what's presenting itself here. So let's grab some insight from another new deck by my soul sister, Angelic Revelation 144. This is a deck called Ghostly Whispers of Love Oracle. So let's grab some messages from here. And let's see what else the masculine wants to convey to you, feminines. Let's see. Angels and spirit guides, please, for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, for this timeless reading. For a masculine who ghosted the feminine. What else do we need to know for this reading? Angels and spirit guides. Spiritual soul bond. I am always with you in spirit. So even though they can't be with you right now in the 3D because they've got a whole lot of insecurities and issues that they have to handle, in the 5D you guys might be connecting, and that spiritual connection between the two of you. Always with you in spirit. You guys might even be interacting in your dreams. We have lifetimes. I have never loved another like you in any lifetime. Wow. What I'm feeling from that, feminines, is that maybe they had to lose you to realize how much you mean to them. Look at this. Leaving. I am so sorry I left you. Do you see that? They regret leaving you. That says so much. And lastly, we have nurture. Nurture yourself right now, my feminines. Exactly. This is a time for you to give back to you. All you need to do is focus on yourself, your life, your happiness, putting yourself back on your priority list. And in time, based off of what's presenting itself here, you will hear from your masculine. They want this second chance. They want to come back to you. That's very clearly indicated here. So let them do their work on themselves. Learn whatever lessons they need to learn. Get themselves out of a situation where they're trapped. And to be more focused by the time they contact you. You don't want someone who is scattered, who is still holding on to insecurities, who is still dealing with people that are trying to control them, or friends that are toxic. These are things that they need to figure out on their own, which is why you're being directed to nurture yourself in the meantime. Okay, so let's grab some insight from the Journey of Love decks by Bridget of Divine Essentials, Volume 1 and 2. So let's add to this. Let's see, what else for this reading? So the masculine ghosting the feminine has a lot of regrets. Sorry that they left. Sorry that they ghosted you. So it's, you know, it's kind of their turn to experience the pain and heartbreak that they put you through, feminines. Let's see what else. Yeah, this feels like torture. Shadows, you see? They put themselves in this very dark energy. They have to do some shadow work in order to heal this type of behavior. Being apart from you, feminines, it feels like torture to them. You know, karma has a way of teaching people lessons. We have unbridled. Your spirit set me free. Okay, so the very essence of you and what you represent in this masculine's life might ultimately be what sets them free from this trapped circumstance. We have humor coming through. I love how you can always make me laugh. So there's something about the way you guys interacted. Your sense of humor, my feminines. Look at this. We have illuminate. Thank you for being you. My light in the darkness. Okay, so they might be in the shadows for now because they've got a lot going on here. But I kind of feel in time they'll figure it out with your help. You know, you represent that illumination, helping them to see the path that they are meant to travel that will lead them back to you. And that's very much a part of the energy of the star. Okay, it's giving them a path to follow through this illuminated energy that you're putting out there. Wow. It's beautiful. Okay. So it just seems here, my feminines, that even though you guys have been ghosted, this masculine has some major regrets over how that all played out. And they want to bring this back together. This is ultimately what it is that they're looking for. All right, guys, so let's close this out with some healing messages from the angels. Angels and spirit guides for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, for the divine feminine. Healing messages. Angels and spirit guides, please. Music, okay? Music is very healing. So in the meantime, you could certainly be listening to music that soothes you, that calms you. This could even be the masculine listening to music. It could also be that somebody is gifted in music. Could be a songwriter, a singer, plays an instrument. Okay? So take whatever part of that makes sense. Your angel guides are definitely supporting you during this time, my feminines. The universe has your back when it comes to what's happening here. Allow nature to take its course. Just have some patience for this to play out the way it's meant to. And look at this. Your masculine could certainly be your soulmate. They see you as a soulmate. They're drawn to you still. This is a situation that's out of balance for now, and therefore it's coming through as a healing message to bring you guys back into balance. And look at this. Can't make it up. It comes down to divine timing. Timing is what it all comes down to. That's why this is here, you know? So try not to lose patience. It all comes down to this. All right, guys. So it looks pretty positive as far as the masculine reaching out and wanting to make amends here to bring about a second chance here for the two of you. All right, feminine, so that's what I've got for you for this reading. I do hope whatever part of it made sense for you, that it offered you guidance that you could use when it comes to this connection. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that info is down below. Thank you guys so very much. See you next time.